Is this just a coincidence, or has someone planned a crime against one of BTS's members? This is the question that shook the K-pop world and has become a hot topic of discussion among fans and international media. Fans of BTS and the public were shocked by the surprising news that Jungkook, the youngest member of the phenomenal group BTS, had suffered food poisoning that was suspected to have been deliberately done while he was serving in the military. When the news first broke, many BTS fans were shocked and anxious. However, what was even more surprising was the reaction from V, Jungkook's bandmate, who was very angry and urged the authorities to thoroughly investigate the incident. V, known for his calm and caring nature toward his fellow members, showed an emotional side rarely seen by the public. In a viral statement, V said, "This is not just about Jungkook. This is about the safety and security of everyone. I cannot just stay silent. We are all like family, and if anyone tries to harm us, I will make sure they are held responsible." BTS fans who heard this statement immediately gave overwhelming support to V and Jungkook. However, many began to wonder if there was a larger motive behind this incident. Was this just a coincidence, or were there hidden hands trying to ruin one of the world's biggest stars? Jungkook, known for his extraordinary talent and charisma that captivates fans, experienced a shocking event at the beginning of January. While serving in the South Korean military, he suddenly experienced severe symptoms of food poisoning. Several reliable sources revealed that Jungkook felt dizzy, nauseous, and weak after eating in the military cafeteria. A few hours later, his condition worsened, and he was rushed to the nearest hospital. What made the situation even more suspicious was the fact that no similar incidents occurred to other military members. Witnesses at the scene even stated that the food served to Jungkook seemed not to meet the expected standards, and some people suspected that there was something unusual about the food Jungkook consumed. One anonymous source mentioned, "There's a possibility that the food given to Jungkook was deliberately mixed with harmful substances. We don't know who's responsible, but this cannot just be ignored." As the issue developed, the authorities finally intervened. The South Korean police began investigating the possibility of sabotage or intentional wrongdoing. A special investigative team was formed to dig deeper into the case. They collected evidence from the scene and examined everyone involved in the food preparation at the location. However, despite the authorities stating that an investigation was ongoing, many doubted whether this case would truly be thoroughly investigated. Was Jungkook intentionally targeted, or was this just a tragic accident experienced by a soldier? The answers to these questions remain uncertain, leaving BTS fans with a sense of unease. This incident has not only shaken the K-pop world, but has also triggered an emotional wave among BTS fans worldwide. Jungkook's fans, known for their incredible loyalty, are feeling the same pain as their idol. One by one, they express their disappointment and anger on social media. The hashtag Justice for Jungkook began trending globally, echoing around the world as a form of support for Jungkook and a demand for the perpetrators to be found immediately. However, there are also some fans who are concerned about the safety of all BTS members, given that this case indicates a possible hidden threat against them. What if this is not the first time? Are there certain parties trying to ruin BTS's image or even harm them physically? As the world waits for answers, the controversy continues to grow. Some claim this is a case involving competition between K-pop groups, or even a larger conspiracy behind the scenes of the South Korean entertainment industry. Wild speculations have begun to emerge, with some suggesting that Jungkook became a victim of a strategy to undermine BTS's popularity. On the other hand, some sources suggest that certain parties might want to see BTS fall after so many years of dominating the entertainment world. A phenomenon as massive as BTS certainly generates jealousy and fierce competition in the entertainment industry, and many may not be able to accept the extraordinary success they have achieved. In his final statement, Jungkook expressed that although he felt very weak, he would not give up and would continue to fight for his recovery. "I will keep fighting, not just for myself, but for the fans who always support me," he said with determination. Even though his physical condition had not fully recovered, this case is not just about Jungkook. It is a big test for BTS, for the K-pop industry, and for the fans who have loyally followed their journey. The world is anxiously awaiting what will happen next. One thing is certain: the South Korean entertainment world will never be the same after this incident. It's not unusual for us to hear about a big star experiencing an incident that makes the media go wild, especially when the star is part of a group like BTS, which has a huge international fan base. BTS has long been a global phenomenon, and their popularity has reached extraordinary levels. However, with this immense success, there are also various challenges, both internal and external. In the highly competitive entertainment world, intrigue and tactics that use sensationalism for personal or collective gain often arise. So, is it possible that this news was fabricated for a certain purpose? Some media and entertainment industry observers argue that the K-pop world is often full of media manipulation. Is this one of those examples? We also cannot ignore the reality that many people behind the scenes have a vested interest in exploiting the fame of groups like BTS to attract more attention. However, on the other hand, we also cannot simply doubt the seriousness shown by V of BTS, who emotionally demanded that the authorities investigate the case thoroughly. Could V and the other BTS members be pretending to be shocked and angry for a particular purpose? Or is this genuinely a moment where they feel there's a real threat to the safety of one of their members? These emotional reactions certainly demonstrate sincerity that is hard to deny, but is that enough to make us believe that the event really happened as described? We cannot overlook the significant role social media plays in shaping our view of events like this. When news of Jungkook's food poisoning emerged, various social media platforms were immediately flooded with speculation, comments, and opinions from various sides. Some fully believed the news, while others were skeptical and felt that it was just part of a sensationalized story meant to inflate the situation. However, in the fast-paced world of social media, we are often tempted to believe what we read or hear first. We forget that not everything on the internet is truth. Even some big news outlets can get caught up in the race for clicks and profit, leading to distorted truths designed to capture attention. Now, it's your turn to think more deeply. Do you believe this event really happened as reported? Or do you think it's just a fabricated story designed to attract media attention? Do you believe this is a clever marketing tactic or simply an incident that needs further investigation? It is crucial for us to always think critically and not be easily swayed by news that only serves to sensationalize. As we often hear, not everything we read on the internet is the truth. So, before you decide to believe what you read, ask yourself these important questions. Is this reality, or just a hoax created for a specific purpose? The world of entertainment, especially in the context of K-pop and BTS, is not always as simple as it seems on the screen. The story behind the scenes can be much more complex than we imagine. As wise readers, our responsibility is to always dig deeper and seek the truth, even if it doesn't always align with what we want to believe. What do you think?